suppose I should also point out, because it just occurred to us as I made that last video, that got a lot of energy nowadays. So you'll probably find that in the video that I've done, I'll be talking really fast because I'm hyper, and I've been getting more exercise in, doing 100 push-ups every day. I'm going for walks, riding my bike. You know, I just have stacks of energy at the moment. So I just need to forewarn you before this video starts that you will notice that I'm talking really fast. And the thing is, in the northeast anyway, we tend to talk at 1,000 miles per hour. So I'm absolutely sure there'll be parts that you will probably miss. It's just because I'm talking that fast. I promise I haven't been taking amphetamines. You will find when you come to the northeast of England, we all talk fast. We talk really fast, and sometimes, and with our accent, can be hard to understand as well if you're not, using correct English and not the local dialect that we can all tend to dip into when forgetting yourself. But yes, just to let you know that get ready for fast talking. Like really fast, because I'm getting excited, because I'm feeling good, do you know what I mean? But that, and also, yes, so I've been nicotine free now for over a week now. I think this is coming up to the 8th day. Yes, the 8th day, approaching the 9th now because of the time of day it is. And so yeah, and I'm having the smoothest transition of my life. As you can see, I'm not holding any vape in this hand or in that hand. Actually, my phone's levitating. No, I'm joking. But yeah, so it's the smoothest transition I've ever had. So I'm very proud of that, and that in itself will have me energized as well, because at the end of the day, nicotine is an addiction. It's a vice, and my body has been dependent on nicotine for quite some time now. But this time I'm going to rid myself of this addiction, this affliction, because it's a crutch, isn't it? It's like a doorway to demonic possession, isn't it? Whereby if you keep your temple pure, only putting in high vibrational foods, water, things of that nature, and you're protecting your vessel, keeping it clean, keeping it pure, and shutting out any sort of portal for demonic possession, because it's all part of it. So you need to be free from addictions, and nicotine is highly addictive, let me tell you. But no, I've as I say, I've been free now. It's coming up to the 9th day shortly, because it's after 7 now as I record this. Hold on, 7:30 p.m. So yeah, so I'm hyper, so I'm having to consciously watch myself, because I know how fast we can talk in the northeast, and we can lose people off straight away just by how fast we fucking talk, you know what I mean? Because we're really fast talkers in the northeast, really fucking fast. So yeah, as an example, so I can read Gone with the Wind within fucking 6 minutes, do you know what I mean? It's that sort of speed. But yeah, so I'm feeling good without any of the 4 stages of nicotine withdrawal, because the benefits of vaping, I will say, is you have the option to reduce the amount of nicotine you're consuming when you're vaping. And so I went from 20 milligrams straight down to 6, then to 3, then to stop. I mean, what I did do, I bought myself some like it's just flavour. There's no nicotine in it, it's just flavour. So what I realised was, see, because once upon a time I used to roll my own. I used to use tobacco and roll my own cigarettes, and there's certain brands where when you inhale it gives a nice strong hit on the throat here, right? Now with certain brands of tobacco, even if there was a lot of nicotine within the tobacco wasn't hard hitting on the throat, and so it was never satisfying. But like such as like certain brands were a lot, like we could say, harsher when you thought it'd give you like a hit, and that in itself acts like as a placebo to trick the mind into believing you're getting the right amount of nicotine. So what I did was I just bought some menthol flavours, right? There's no nicotine in it, and every now and again, if I feel like, because at the end of the day, I'm still like, the nicotine is still withdrawn from my body, so any certain times I might feel stressed or agitated, things like that, I'll have a draw of the menthol flavour. When you inhale, it gives you that hit on your throat, and what it does, it tricks the mind into thinking you've had nicotine, and it suppresses the withdrawal. So I've sort of like, that works for me. That might not work for everyone, but I've tried various different ways when stopping and starting. So it's like everything else, it's just refining your technique, and each time you do it, it's like when it's like this. So when you first stop smoking, right, you've no reference point to gauge what the withdrawal symptoms will be like. So the first time I did it, I was using different aids like Champix tablets, the tablets to take to help you stop smoking. Those just don't. If you're going to stop smoking, don't take none of that shit. Just do cold turkey, right? And your body, it's like willpower. It's like mental strength, mental agility to overcome and suppress the cravings for nicotine, because it's a vicious fucking addiction at the end of the day. And so each time, it's like a daft cunt, stopping and starting, till I got to the point where you're conditioning the mind. It's like a muscle at the end of the day, and you train it to help overcome addiction with nicotine. Because I've never really had any other serious. Every other vice I've had has been very easy to stop doing. Nicotine has been the hardest, without a doubt. And so that's took some to and fro, tug of war. You know what I mean? But I've got my mind conditioned to the point where I can literally trick it into thinking I've had a hit just by having a toot of menthol flavour, e-liquid, minus any nicotine, and it suppresses the cravings. And to the point where, obviously this is moving into the second week now, but by the end of this month I'll have no need for that sort of trickery, because my body will have flushed out the remnants of nicotine, and I'll be nicotine free and ready to, rock on. But yeah, so the video that I'm about to show you, talking about common sense and that what we call a gotcha moment.
Gotcha, bitch!
Yes. The gotcha. You'll see that shortly, but yeah, it's all about common sense and how many professionals in many professions, and not like, they may have intelligence, right? They may be great at crunching numbers, right? They may be good at using big pharma and shit like that, right? But when it just comes to like critical, logical and analytical thinking, like causality, cause and effect, action, reaction, they have no skills. They just do without thinking, which leads to disastrous results, which you will all see unfold very soon. But yeah, so the next video I'm about to show you, you will notice that I'm talking rather fast at a high speed, and that's just because I've overcome my nicotine addiction, and I'm feeling more energetic, whereas before I was suffering from like lethargic, whereas now I'm hyper because I'm freeing my body of all shit, so my temple is more pure now. But yes, coming up right now after this is the video where I talk about common sense, so I'll just leave it there and I'll catch you later. I'm back again just before we move into the next video. As you've noticed, I've been wearing me head cannons, and reason being is I made a deep jungle set last night, and the thing is, like with earphones, I mean, they're alright, but with these you can really hear the sub bass, and like jungle's all about the breaks and the beat and the sub bass, and it just, you know what I mean, with the earphones on it sounds fucking shit hot. But yeah, so anyway, video coming up about common sense. Enjoy. Oh, hello there. Just down in Durham by the river Weir, and you know, just out walking as you do on a wet Saturday in June when it's supposed to be warm by now, but people are walking around in jumpers and coats and scarves and hats in the pissing down rain in June when it's supposed to be warm. And as I'm out walking, I just thought, well, what can we talk about today? What can we talk about? Because there's been a few things happening, you know, because the clowns are still out, still, you know, meddling and failing miserably. And I just thought, well, you know, let's talk about common sense. Common sense, it's a rare commodity. Not many people possess the powers of common sense, or lack critical, analytical and logic, like the capacity for those three things, for logic, critical and analytical thought, or, you know, consequences for actions that haven't been thought through out of desperation, you know, because we're reaching that time. Oh, tunes, Saturday, but we're reaching that time now, you see, where people have been desperately working hard, but in vain, to try and ruin my life. You know, it's getting to that time now where they've all been getting caught up for things that they've done in the past that they thought that they got away with. But you know, karma's a bitch and all that, whether you believe it or not. I mean, I do. I believe in the universal law, karmic laws, and supposedly people in secret societies also know this, but clearly they haven't taught it to fat clowns who are involved in such antics. One moment. Hello there. Tunes, got the tunes. So yeah, there's, you know, our souls that want to be part of these covens and cults who are just, well, not very bright, greedy, very greedy, desperate to do fucking whatever they can for the sake of money and materialism, which are meaningless on the grand scheme of things. Just because you clothe yourselves to appear fancy on the outside, trust me, your insides are shit. But anyway, so more than a woman to me. That's a fucking karaoke or something. But anyway, yeah, so recently I had this clown doctor that just arrived on my mother's doorstep to give her a checkup. You know what I mean? And he's a prostitute female assistant who's not very bright. Not the brightest of individuals at all. So anyhow, so this clown who showed himself to me, let me know that he was the fucking idiot, right? Who signed a fake death certificate, did a fake medical in order to help my idiot family member to take out a life insurance policy in my name, because you have to take a medical, you know. So if I'm not there, who's going to do that medical? Which doctor? Well, this stupid fucking clown who came knocking on my mother's door over a fortnight ago was the one who did that, as well as writing letters about my mental health and manipulating my medical history, even when I've never been to the surgery to see this fucking idiot. But this fucking desperate idiot who's going to get struck off, by the way, that's a guarantee. That's a fucking guarantee. Oh, squirrel! Squirrel! Decided to pay my mother a visit. And he's prostitute, like the train gang assistant, because she's just dirty. Her energy was just one of dirty. She probably has one or two, maybe several incurable STDs, because they're all into swinging and they're all into swapping sexually transmitted diseases. It's like sort of like how kids were at school. Like when I was at school, you know, we're all big football fans, like our different football teams, or soccer, but football in the UK, right? And we used to have like sticker books, like Panini sticker books, and you'd buy your packets of stickers and you'd put in the stickers to fill up the different teams. And the like, well, it was the first division, and when I was a kid, but it's the Premier League now. And if we had any spares or swaps, we'd like go out in the schoolyard and we'd see our different friends, and they'd all have their spares, and we'd see which ones they had out of their spares that they didn't have out of my spares, and we'd swap them to, you know, fill our sticker books up. Hold on, one moment. And I'm back in the room. So yes, so we'd have our spares, and we'd be like going around our friends at school, seeing which ones they had, like your swapsies. We'd swap the different stickers we had, and then we'd put them in our Panini sticker book to fill up the spaces that we have left remaining, you know what I mean? But like, so in these cases, these people who are like going swinging, so they've got like a variety of different STDs that they've caught, like engaging in those sort of shit and spreading them to each other, because they're not, you know, it's unprotected, it's raw shit. No thought of like protecting themselves. They just dip in the wick. Yeah. And swapping all the different incurable STDs, you know what I mean? Sort of the same, but you know, at least when we were kids, swapping stickers, there was nothing detrimental to your health afterwards, you know what I mean? You completed the sticker book, you put it on your shelf, you know what I mean, to collect dust, or you fucking threw it out. And when the next season started, you would buy a new Panini sticker book with new players, because, you know, you buy a new, in the transfer market, you buy a new players, so you want your new sticker of that player with a new strip on, home or away, you know, things like that. Safe, fun, you know what I mean? Now, orgies sound like they're safe and fun, but that's quite different. But anyway, so these two fucking clowns who've got incurable STDs, because they're like train ganging each other, because they'll swing like a pair of saloon doors either way, they're not bothered who or what they're entertaining, whether it be man, woman or beast or children. Oh, God, these are sick fuckers we're dealing with. So anyway, so this fucking Dr. Clown we'll call him, Dr. Clownface, came, gave my mother a blood test. Not a problem. Our blood was like, our blood sugar levels and that was okay. Our blood pressure, should I say, was okay. And then like, well, a short-term memory's not the greatest, so he's performing some little memory tests, as I say, but I wasn't that great at them. And asked if she wanted any more help with it. She said no. And then his prostitute female assistant, the dirty one that's, you know, that's been train ganged by a lot of men and passed on her incurable STDs to her partner, vice versa, because it looks like they're all in on it, you know what I mean? They're all part of the cult. And so she was going on about different services that could provide extra help should my mother need it, and that she would provide literature for me to read, you know, to peruse through my options should I need them, because at the end of the day I will be going, I will be moving on, I'll be relocating. And so yes, my mother will need assistance because I won't be there to provide the care that she's been receiving. And I said, yes, so if you send us the literature, you know what I mean, I'll read through it and I'll have options for more care for my mother when the time comes to leave. And no literature arrived, but then, a fortnight or so later, there's this knock at the door. Woke us out of our sleep. And then, there's two people from social services saying there's a cause for concern. I'm like, oh, really? Really? Cause for concern, is there? So, as I did with the other tit, Dr. Clown and his fucking prostitute assistant, I sent them away and get them to come back the following day at an arranged time, because, regardless of what concern they may have cause for, you should receive a letter with a date and time, letting you know that they'll be arriving at this date, at this time. And then they can discuss what bullshit they've been fed. But no, they thought they would do a stealth attack. Well, it didn't fucking work. Because, I'm not dealing with fucking idiots while I've just been woken up and my mother's still fast asleep. You know what I mean? Because mother's a night owl. She likes staying up to watch telly in the early hours. You know what I mean? She doesn't have many pleasures left in life. And she certainly doesn't need any fucking help because she's not an invalid. Neither is she senile. She has a short-term memory problem. That's fucking it. And she's getting better care now than she would from any fucking clampets in the social services, because it looks like they all fucking bullies who are hitting all the elderly and things like that, do you know what I mean? So the fucking clowns, the people that they sent are fucking clowns. So anyway, I sent them away. And then they came back again. And I was like, well, this time I'm going to be recording this interaction because I want to know what lies have been told by this prostitute female assistant that came with Dr. Clown, who, is as corrupt as can be, because none of them have any fucking common sense. Do you know what I mean? Common sense would have told them not to come to the fucking address to reveal themselves to me with this prostitute female assistant who's had more fucking pipe through her than a fucking plumber plumbing a fucking house, or many houses, you know what I mean? So so they came and I got my camera out, and straight away this female's like, oh, you can't record us. It's just like, well, yes, I can record you. You're on my property, our property, and so, it is our right to record and assess the information you've been receiving or the lies you've been told, so I can use as evidence against you. Oh, well, you can record, but you can't use it for anything. It's like, well, yes, I can. I absolutely can. And you're on our property and not the other way around. So you will agree to our terms or you will go away. And then she started stumbling on her words. And I was just like, so, guilty conscience? Do you know what I mean? And then she said, but I need to speak to your mother on her own. I says, well, in this house, whatever you say to my mother, you say to me. I said, because I'm the one that's caring for my mother, and I need to record this because I need to know what lies you've been told. But you can't do that. It's just like, well, I'll just need to remind you once again that you are on our property, and we are, my mother and I, certainly don't trust you, that's for sure. You know what I mean? And you seem to be stumbling on your words, getting flummoxed, flapping your fucking gums and getting panicky. And at this time, there was another assistant there. I mean, she was Eastern European. From what I could tell, she was a lot more sincere than the fucking clown I was dealing with, but she sort of stepped out of the way. She thought yeah, I'm going to let you take the fucking bullets for this. I want nothing to do with this. That lady had common sense. She just kept out of it because what they were doing was fucking criminal. Anyway, so put it this way. I just simply said to my mother while the lady was present, as I was recording, I just said, Mother, in the calmest tone, I just says, Mother, do you need any extra help To which my mother replied, "No, I do not." Okay, we're gone. It's just like, yes, well, you have your answer, please leave. I mean, I wasn't. You know I like I swear a lot when I'm recording videos of myself, but when I'm actually dealing with the public, I mind my P's and Q's, and I, speak correctly. Because there's a lot of thought goes in, because it's no good like screaming, shouting, and telling people to fuck off. It's alright when I'm talking to fucking myself on my phone, swearing. I'm only swearing at myself. But when I'm dealing with the public, well, you have to, present yourself in a certain light. Be considerate of other people's feelings, because at the end of the day, most people are snowflakes nowadays, and they can't take a barrage of insults. So you have to be more diplomatic, which I was, and I was polite, and I just said, "You have your answer, please leave," and to which they did. And well, first of all, right, so this prostitute assistant for Dr. Clown, she comes, right, so I mean, like, it's like logic, critical thought, putting the pieces together. Fortnight ago, she turns up saying, "Oh, well, I can send you some literature and you've got some options to go through." It's like, oh yeah, well, I mean, like, the way it was put across, it's like, well, yeah, that would be handy. And then nothing, no literature arrives, and then these fucking two females appear at the doorstep. "Oh, we've got a cause of concern." It's just like, oh, really, have you? Well, funny enough, how the fucking doctor came with his prostitute assistant who said she was going to provide me with literature, which never fucking appeared or materialised. But then I've got two people knocking on the door say there's a concern. I mean, there's no fucking concern. Mother's getting well looked after, well fed. She's got nothing to worry about. She's got fucking glowing cheeks because she's well fed. Her blood pressure was normal. The only thing that she has a problem with is like diabetes, which is, well, she's got a healthy diet because she's eating single ingredient foods and not this processed shit that these fucking docile nurses seem to like promote. Like, "Oh, well, I've been a nurse for this many years," and it says, "Yes, and you still know fuck all about nutrition because you're all fat cunts." But anyway, you know what I mean. So yeah, so logic tells you. So this fucking idiot, this prostitute assistant and Dr. fucking Clown have concocted some fucking false fabricated lie to their social services to get them to come to my mother's house, to which they were just stopped. They didn't even get through the fucking door. And like, even when I said to my mother, I says, "Oh, don't worry, it says tomorrow." I says, "They won't even get through the door," and I says, "It won't take long." And on both counts, I was spot on. So, so like, it's like putting the pieces together. So these fucking idiots who have everything to do with a fat prostitute that's got incurable STDs and spread them, Jabba the Slut, they're all in cahoots with each other, they all compromised, they've all been having sex with each other at these fucking parties, and they're all blackmailing each other, and so they fucking threatening this fucking Dr. Clown, this arsehole who's just ruined his fucking career for a bit of scabby fanny. Do you know what I mean? And this stupid prostitute that's also ruined her career, and are all looking at a long stint in fucking prison for medical malpractice, as well as fucking fraud, blackmail, identity theft, you fucking name it. It's all getting slated on there. Right? So common sense tells you, when people like that arrive on your fucking doorstep, unannounced, saying there's a cause for concern, well, there was no cause for concern, because the fucking idiot that put it across saying, "Oh, well, I'll send you some literature and you can ring them," but then I'm getting them coming based off of lies from some fucking brain dead imbeciles who lack critical thinking, logic, and analytical skills. Which left me to the conclusion that these fucking idiots have done it. And it's all in cahoots with Jabba the Slut. And so if these fucking clowns think about coming to my doorstep again, well, the old fucking camera's coming out and it's getting recorded. So if these cunts think they can tell some fucking lies, well, I'll have documented evidence, won't I? And that's how the fucking cookie crumbles. That's how the cookie crumbles. But so yeah, so I just thought I would come talk about that. But there's more. I think I'll just leave it there for now, and like have a little bit of a scenic route with my director's option on my camera, my director's view. So you see a little square of me and the view that I'm viewing as I'm walking. So you can see me walking and talking. Yes. And so that's the view, and so that's the news that I'd like to share. Just like, these fucking clowns are so desperate, they're clutching at straws now. And I'm almost fucking certain that there's a lot of these so-called nurses, these so-called people who are, know about health, who are grossly over fucking weight, are in cahoots with it as well. But it's just what you just listen to what they say, they're like picking at fault. It's like these cunts that come in to inject my mother with fucking insulin are just looking for things to pick fault with. And I notice, and I pay attention, and they give themselves away because they're fucking stupid. It's like I notice these things. So there's a lot of people involved in this who's like just doing mine and my mother's peace when there's fucking nothing wrong with her. I mean, I can inject this fucking insulin in my mother myself, because most people do anyway. So I'm going to be looking into that, because these fucking clowns are not the brightest. They don't have common sense, and you can see the fucking, the hamster in the fucking wheel's not running properly, and they're just looking for anything to fucking say to pick fault with, because they're all in on the cunt, and they're all going to go to fucking prison. The scale of this is fucking unreal. It's so unreal, the amount of people involved in this. All that work for fucking nothing, because you're all going to have a hefty fucking stint in prison because you're all clueless, greedy, fat fucking clowns who need to go on a diet and do a bit of fucking exercise. Every single one of you. But, yeah. Common sense, it's like, well, hold on. I'll just put my bottle down a minute. Common sense, right? Like, so these clowns, right, got in these positions through going to university, or if you're in America, it's university first, then college. In the UK, it's college, then university. We do everything, the Americans do everything arse first, arse backwards, or whatever, do you know what I mean? Compared to how it's done in the UK. That's including fucking pronunciation of words, but like, I'm not going to get into that because it's just pointless. But look, I do not care, right, what university you studied at, what fucking piece of paper you've got that certifies you of a fucking profession, right? Because clearly you have all of that intelligence and not a single fucking ounce of common sense. And so to me, right, see, because common sense to me is worth more than your fucking degree, right, that you swatted for, right? Because you clearly went through all of that, and you lack any sort of fucking common sense. That's sort of like, critical, logic, analytical. If you're going to do something, like, should say it another way, if you're going to tell a fucking lie, how the fuck are you going to support evidence? How are you supposed to produce evidence to support that lie? Because the fat fucking prostitute has lied through her fucking teeth, and she doesn't have not one tangible ounce of evidence to back up any of the bullshit she's been spewing, other than fucking people who will just, like a sponge, soak up all the bullshit and never do any fucking investigative research for themselves. You know what I mean? Like, no common sense. They don't stop and think, like, is this really fucking true? Or just because you're getting, like, what? Sorry, you've bribed, like, a whole fucking community to read from a fucking script. Oh, well, it must be fucking true. It must be. But do you stop and think about it? Do you do any research? Do you go and ask fucking questions? Do you know what I mean? Well, if they're all saying it, it must be fucking true. But how do you know it's fucking true? How do you not know they've all been blackmailed? How do you not know they've all been compromised? How do you know they haven't all took a fucking backhand because they're all greedy, fucking corrupt, fucking wankers? Who probably is just jealous anyway. And they're more than fucking happy to stab us in the back because of fucking, what's been left to us in a will that wasn't left to a fat fucking prostitute that teamed up with fucking family members on both sides to, plan my death so they could spend my inheritance and get away with it scot-free, including fucking large, like, swathes of the fucking judicial system being involved as well. It's fucking unreal. Like, this book will be a #1 bestseller. Hooray! But I'm just out for a walk and a talk. Ooh. And I just thought I'd get that out. But yeah, common sense. I can give a fuck about your degree, because if you've got no common sense, I can't really take you seriously. It just looks stupid to me. But yeah, common sense. It's just unreal. I mean, yes, obviously there's people who have studied hard, have gone to university, have achieved what the goals they've set out, but also have common sense. I'm not having to go at people like that, but there just seems to be a lot of people in powerful professions who are just absolutely fucking clueless, right? And they just do not think things through at all. And you know, you reap what you sow, and it's payback, it's judgment time, and there's going to be many knocks on your door, just like I'm waiting to be approached by a law official or someone in the judicial system to approach us and just let us know what my family's been getting up to, as well as a larger part of the fucking community, because they're all corrupt cunts. I see them everywhere I walk, you know, guilt written all over the fucking faces, and I will have my time. But for now, I'm just going to end it here, and I'm going to toddle off for a little bit more of a walk, taking the sights. But I just thought best get this out, get it recorded, get it uploaded later, just to piss off all the fucking stalkers who always try and silence us. That's never going to work. It's never going to silence us. You're always going to fall flat on your fucking face as well as on your arseholes, because you're all fucking clueless clowns with no common sense. No common sense at all. But when all is said and done, this is Nightfly 777 signing off.